Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 22nd. It's 5 in the morning, and I'm tired. Real tired. I'm over at Bart's place because he's got a couple blinds over here, and it's supposed to rain all day, starting at 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I figure if it's going to rain, I might as well sit in a blind. It also doesn't hurt that he saw and heard a bunch of turkeys over here yesterday. So the ambitious side of me says I ought to go after one of these gobbling turkeys at first light, and if I don't get on one, slip back down to the blind and hang out, set a decoy out, call, that sort of stuff. And I forgot my phone. Most importantly, I don't have the time. So that's the most important thing for the phone right now. I don't have my maps, but that's okay because the property is marked by a fence, so property lines are no problem. And I don't have the update of the weather. Without the phone, you're kind of feeling a little bit lost. A little bit free, because you don't have it, but a little bit lost at the same time. So we'll get down the blind, set all my junk up, and start to listen. Definitely two up there. I'm just gonna kind of head down there, see if maybe I can't get near the creek. I don't know what the understory looks like down here, but a couple years ago Bart and I set up on birds in that exact same spot, and they went downhill and into the neighbors, and we were uphill. And Bart said it sounded like the birds that roosted over here yesterday morning did the same thing. So that's probably these guys. There's a power line here. It sounds like they're just inside the woods from the power line. I'm thinking maybe a power line setup might be the way to go. So they're over here, maybe 150 yards. That's all I'll do for now, unless they're up there another half hour. So I got two on the right side of the power line. One just kicked off really loud. It was one, maybe two on the left side. So there's at least three, possibly four. Well, I can assume stop cutting me off, guy. I can assume this spot is no longer any good. So I went back to the blind. On the way out, just checking out some of this cattle. Then I saw this hen in the field. At the time I thought it was a collared hen, but at the end of this video you get a good shot from behind real quick, and it looks like feathers, but something is definitely up with her neck. It is very wide at that dark spot. I'm feeling like I should be doing a real quick recap, but I don't think there's anything to recap. I fell asleep in the blind. I say fell asleep, I actually went to sleep on purpose. I'm hurting in that department, and I'm paying for it. I'm doing stupid things. I'm not running on all cylinders, and it's not like I'm starting with a V8, so that's not good. Forgot the phone. I couldn't find my ghillie top, the 3D leafy top. I'd already packed it. It was in my decoy pouch on my vest. It was already in there, but I couldn't find it, so I was looking for that this morning. While I was sleeping, I dreamt that I was hearing a turkey gobble and I was trying to get near it. And I'm asking people if they heard it. Then I woke up and I'm thinking, well, maybe in real life it's close by. So I listen, hit the call, nothing. So I really need to resolve this sleep thing. And that's certainly not a one-day fix. Not at my age. I'm not a spring chicken. I don't like to admit it, but I'm not as young as I once was. So I gotta figure out a strategy for tomorrow. Where I'm going, how I'm gonna do it. Because I'm getting close to birds on the roost. I'm not, you know, in their bubble, but I'm close enough that I can let them know I'm there. Some soft calls and they gobble back, but they get hinned up right away. So I don't know. You know, if I was hunting somewhere that hunted till sunset, I'd be perfectly content to go take a nap and then wait for those afternoon birds when they get away from the hens and they get lonely. But you can't do that here. You got to be on them in the morning. So we shall see how we go. Bart must still be out running errands. He was going to use the rainy day as a reason to go run some errands, so he's out. For all I know, he's been calling and texting me, but my phone is in here. All right, so that's enough of me whining again. Turkeys seem to make me whine and cry and just generally kick my butt. Well, it's Thursday morning, the 4th morning here in Missouri, and my plan is foolproof, except for the rain right now. I'm gonna go toward the 2 birds I've heard gobbling on Monday and Tuesday morning, but I think they possibly are on the other side of the river. So I'm gonna go in, get to the riverbank, and when they start gobbling, I'll be able to tell. That'll still give me enough time to get back out and try to get onto another bird on my side of the river. So that's the plan. It's supposed to thin out over the next couple hours, but I can only wait so long before I start to make a move. And the rain should make everything nice and quiet, soaking wet, the leaves not crunchy, small sticks should be saturated, that sort of thing. I got wet weather gear on. The gun will get wet, need to be cleaned when I get back today. But if it's raining this hard, I don't know if I'll hear any gobbles this morning. Well, I made it back here to the river. I'm probably 40 yards from it. There's a little chunk of woods between me and it. Now it's a waiting game. Figure out where those gobblers are. Hopefully they talk this morning, but it's legal light right now. But you can't hardly see. It's 10 o'clock and I got the first gobble of the day. It's kind of where I went yesterday, chasing the one. I just hope this guy doesn't move on me. Well, I've covered a good bit of ground. And I just heard him again. He's way off still. So he's either with hens and they're just going the opposite direction, just like yesterday, or he's just walking and not interested. That's private land. And my box call's wet. I thought things were going well, but he just walked off mid-conversation.
Some folks are just very, very rude. I'm over here giving my full effort, and he just walks off. Unbelievable. Common courtesy.
On the way out, I see this.
I'm walking the boundary of the public and private, and on the private side is the most extravagant Cadillac stand I've ever seen. It's got 6x6s at the corners. The windows are taped off like they've been painted with the blue painter's tape. Split log siding. Man, talk about going all in. I guess what's contrasting funny is it's just a regular old ladder on the other side. All that lumber, and they didn't even put a set of stairs up there. Man.
The wind is right, so it's time to hit the water. We're doing all right for ourselves. Bart found a real nice honey hole right here.
He's in the ash marked pretty solid. Yeah, he's 10. Jumped. I think you found a little spot over there, Bart. What are you doing? I guess I can let you. Just land another one.
It took us a while, but we scratched out a one-man limit.
Cut the ribs out. Get them all done. It's preferred yet. Really don't have to cut that little bit out on a crappie, but it tastes better.